Welcome to the live where we're stuffing our faces.
No.
Yeah, we're both eating. We're both eating. Oh boy. All right, so who's here? Karen's here. Hi, Karen. And Katrina and Margaret's here. Sherry, right?
Hey, guys.
Wow. Just wow. Wow covers it. Sue, I hope you finished reading. This morning when I talked to her, she hadn't finished her reading.
Oh.
I know. Jennifer's here. Margaret, Sherry, Margaret, Sue. Hi, Katrina. Hello. Okay, everybody said hi. We're all here. The gang's all here.
All I can say is,
wow.
It left me pissed off. That's what it left me. But there you know what? Jennifer. The sad part is that I kind of expected it.
Yeah.
Look, I only expected it because think of how he was, like what he was doing when she very first met him.
He was up on the rooftop kicking the shit out of a chair or something. Yeah.
So
I know.
I mean, I know there's other stuff that happened during these sections, but pretty much my main parts were,
the first one was like in the kitchen, right? And he just kind of like pushed her or something, and she hit.
Yeah, he pushed her and she hit like her eye on. It's because he burned. Like, I don't know why he would reach into an oven without a mitt, but okay.
Yeah.
He burns his hand.
Yeah.
And
breaks the casserole dish. Sherry goes, she's pregnant. Of course she's pregnant.
But the problem is that she's drunk, so she laughs.
Yeah.
Which really pisses him off.
Yep.
I mean, he is a surgeon. He needs his hands. I get that.
Yep.
But it's one of those, okay. So you can maybe see the circumstances. He apologizes. He seems very sorry. Okay. So there's one time.
Yep.
Then the second time happens. See, that would have been right there. That.
I know. And that was the time that he says he didn't even remember doing it, where he just kind of pushed her and she goes down the stairs.
Yeah. He says, he goes, I didn't even take place of where I was or what I was doing.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that we were on the stairs.
Yeah. Didn't know the stairs were right there. Yeah. And I mean, okay. Sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes, but when those accident type things keep happening, okay. But it was after the second time, wasn't it, that then he starts telling her about his brother?
Yeah, because that's how, we got to find out that the little boy that was in the hospital that had shot his brother, the same thing had happened to him.
Right.
And see, there's where the huge trigger things. Okay, so this happened to you, and you have incidents where you get so angry and you black out.
And I mean, he's been in therapy. You wanna think that he can be okay, but he can't.
Like, and that's the whole thing. Like, she's finally getting a chance to see maybe a little bit from her mother's perspective of, when it's like, how could you stay with this asshole? I said, it's, you want so badly to believe.
My dog's running away. Sorry.
You want so badly to believe that it's the first time, okay, this other one, but
Margaret's like, not enough therapy, right?
But the problem is that with each time, unfortunately, it gets easier and easier for them to do it, especially if they know that you have taken them back a couple times. And if you saw, he was very that third time.
He's different each time. The first time he was all, oh my gosh, la, la, I love you. And then they make love or whatever they did, And then the second time he was a little more, he got close to her, but not quite the same. He got close to her in the sense that he told her all of that story. But then his sister kind of was like, you need to tell her. And so he did. Now,
this last
third time,
he was cold.
Yeah.
He was cold to her. Yeah. I mean, and I understand. Like, first off, huge warning bells would have gone off in my head, I would hope, anyway, which I don't know why I say that, because I've been in 2 relationships that were abusive and I didn't see the warning bells. But, the fact that she's late and instead of being in bed, he's in the kitchen, he's drunk. And it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of the way that he did that. Like he wouldn't let it go. Where did the magnet come from?
Yeah. You knew yeah.
I was like, oh, some bitch.
You knew he was pissed right there. He probably knew before maybe he didn't know before they went to the hospital to see the baby. Maybe he hadn't read the whole article yet, but when he got home without her, he certainly had plenty of time to read it and figure out what he thought was going on. Yeah,
because he read it, then he sees her magnet. Now, first off, to make that jump, oh, there's a magnet. But then he goes, okay, so instead of just assuming from that, he just goes ahead and invades her entire privacy.
And goes and finds her
reads her stuff.
Mm-hmm. As soon as you saw the scotch, yes, he's scotched up, he's drunk, it's bad, right? Margaret says that statistics say 3% of the men who abuse would change their ways.
Yep. It's the sad reality is, if for the most part, now are there sometimes that it's different? Yes, but for the most part, if they have done it once, they are more than likely to do it again.
Well, he has proven that to be true.
And now, damn, now she's pregnant.
So the first two are like, okay, almost kind of accidents when you're angry. Almost kind of accidents. But that third one, oh, he was out to get her. He was after her. He was gonna have sex with her no matter what. Except, that didn't happen in the end. And then what, to headbutt her? I'm like, seriously? There's no accident with that.
And hard enough that she's like full on bleeding.
Yeah.
Needing stitches.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she memorized Atlas's number.
Right.
But you can tell he wanted to go back in there and kick his ass.
Yeah. Hi, Marion.
And we also finally found out what happened between Atlas and her dad.
And the dad. Yeah.
It was exactly what I kind of thought it was.
Yeah. But it was interesting. It was after he had been gone. It wasn't, right while he was still living in the house and all that. He had been gone for a while and came back. And
but he caught her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he messed him up bad, though. I mean, that was the dad really.
Yeah.
Almost killed him.
And she didn't see him after that. He was gone after that, just gone. So, I mean, and it's interesting that the first second he sees her and she's got a mark by her eye, that's all it took, and he knew.
He's like, leave him.
He knew right then. Yeah. Yeah.
And, and she's got these moments where, before this third time anyway, that she's just like, I have the perfect husband. I have the perfect life. I have the perfect, look at, oh my God, my brand new apartment. And I'm, but now here's the problem. Now she is pregnant. So now she's going to have a connection to him regardless.
Yeah.
And you know that his sister's going to choose his side. It's his sister.
But I don't know. That might not happen. That might not happen.
I don't know. I kind of feel like she's going to get ostracized if she doesn't stay with him. She's going to get ostracized by the family.
Guess we'll find out.
See, now I'm kind of wondering, you know, how, because this one's called what? This is the end or something.
Ends with us, and the next one coming
Ends
out
with us?
starts with us. So
I think I'm wondering. It starts with us as Atlas.
So this is supposed to be the ending of something, you know. That this is how we're going to end this. We're going to end this, this chain, this history. You know, we got to end what's been going on with the abuse stuff, and then the next one's going to be like the fresh start. It starts with us, right? So something new has got to start.
But I will tell you something that I found this out through years of looking it up, that it's not just people who have a lot of times men who have been, not just men though, women can too, who have been abused, like through their parents or something, tend to a lot of times become abusers because that's what they like. Right. That's what they witnessed. That's what they knew. But the sad part is that also people who have parents who have been abused, who have watched the situation, even if they weren't abused themselves, also have a tendency to fall into a relationship where someone's abusing them.
Yeah. And, you know, it's the same thing with like alcohol or drugs. You know, alcoholic parents have a tendency to have alcoholic children. It's one of those things that just kind of, it's what you've seen, it's what you've learned, it's what you know.
It's kind of what you know.
Yeah. I mean,
and you want to say that you wish you could say that if it were, you know, like, oh, that would never happen to me because I would, and I used to be that way. And then, you know, but you do, you make excuses to be like, because you want to believe it just so bad. You want to believe it. Like, and so sometimes it takes something else major to be like,
or sometimes there's the other case where you're damn bound and determined you're not going to be
that's
your
true.
Parents were or what you saw, and you're going to be different, and you stick to it and you're different.
Yep.
You
know? Yep. I said it would never happen to me. You know, I really did. I was like, if, you know, someone ever treated me like that, I would kick them. I would blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, and the problem was it started out so subtly, like, you know, that you kind of like,
you weren't even sure that it was really wrong.
Yeah, because it was like more verbal really than it was physical. But once it started with the physical, it ramped up fairly quickly. But by then I'd already kind of been.
That's okay. So Jennifer's like, her mom was in abusive relationships and she ended up in one. You thought it would never happen. Margaret's a mental health therapist who married a verbally abusive man.
It just happens because you want to believe that.
Well, sure.
Especially someone who, I mean, when you're in love with them, like, you know, when they say love is blind, dang, sometimes it's because they're blind to all reason and sanity. I mean, all my friends could see it, and they were like, you need to leave. Like, you don't need to be like this. And I would be like, no, you don't understand. He was just having a hard blah, 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 blah. And, I'm grateful every day that Wayne came back into my life at that point, because I probably would have stayed on that track. I probably would have.
Mm.
And Wayne got me off that track.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I mean, I dated one guy that was just very controlling, wanted to keep me. I was the best thing he'd ever had. Honestly, I really was. And I was at a low point at that point, and so I hung out with him for a while. It wasn't abusive, as it wasn't physically abusive for sure. But it was just kind of like I stayed, I did things, and I wasn't really happy with it. I didn't think it was a good relationship, but it was the best I had at the time, And so I was like, well, But it didn't take me a whole long time to go, no, you're a creep. You're just a creep, And what am I doing with you? I was only with you because I felt bad about, honestly, I'll tell you, it was because Dale and I weren't together. It was after Dale and I weren't together after high school. And I thought Dale and I were always going to be together, and we weren't. And then this other guy comes along, and he's saying all these wonderful, beautiful things, making you feel like you're wonderful and great and blah, 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 blah. And so I did it with him for a while. And then I was like, oh, no, you're like disgusting. No, right? And then it was at that point, I wanted nothing to do with him. But then it was like, now I got to get rid of you. He wanted to keep coming around, and I was still living at my parents' house. He would call there all the time in the middle of the night and make phone calls. And he almost became stalkerish, And like I was going to college, a community college, and he'd find me down there, and he'd
that's definitely stalkerish.
Had a key to my car, and he'd open my car and either put things in it or take things out of it. And he took things out of it is what he did. Then he told me I had to come meet him. You got to come see me. I'll give you back your stuff. And I'm like, no, not happening. But yeah, so it wasn't physically abusive. It wasn't even like verbally abusive. It was just a whole weird, creepy situation. But like I said, it didn't take me too long before I was like, nope, no, I gotta go, Yeah. And then, every relationship has those moments. You can get mad at each other. You can yell at each other. But, you can't physically put your hands on each other.
And you have to also know where you're, like, how it's best to handle it. Because, like, I'm the type that generally, if I'm getting into an argument, like, I want to stay there and I want it hashed out.
But
and Wayne's the kind that he's like, if he gets really angry, he needs to go somewhere and cool off. That's him. So, if I chase after him, that's not a good thing, because he's like, I just
leave me alone.
Some time.
And when Dale and I will argue, and I just get all, at the beginning of our marriage, I would be like, I'm like, no, we got to talk about this. Why are you doing this? Don't do this. Don't say that. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Right. And now I've learned, I'm like, okay, you're pissed off. Okay. I'll see you later.
Yep.
I'm going somewhere. I'm going for a walk. We're not going to be able to talk about it right now. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep. Like, all right, you go cool off. I'll go cool off.
Yep.
Then we'll have a conversation.
Yep. And, I had hope for Ryle that he was going to do that, because that's what they said they were going to do. If we're having a difference of opinion, if we're having an argument or whatever, like she even said, she said to him at one point, go. Yeah, go.
Walk
go
away.
Go. Walk away. And he didn't do it. Yeah.
And it's like Atlas is that trigger point for him.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It still doesn't matter, because
it would be something else.
Yeah.
It would be something else. It's Atlas right now. Exactly, Wendy. You have to have a cooler head sometimes,
Yep.
I mean, everybody argues and has disagreements, and sometimes we yell at each other, you know? Sometimes we say things that we didn't mean to say, or we did, but it was hurtful, you know, whatever. But when you just keep at it and keep at it like that, and you just, you know, that's not a good thing. You're not making any progress that way, right? You know?
You've gotta let it cool down, because otherwise you are tempted to
Mm-hmm.
say or do something that you will regret.
Yep, taking it too far. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, over the weekend, Dale pissed me off. He said some things and he pissed me off, and I was like, fine. I left. I went off and I went into the messy extra spare bedroom, and I'm like, I'll show you. You know? And I'm like, I'm just going to start doing this and doing that and doing this and doing that, right? There, take that. I didn't say another word to him, but, you know, I just went and did other things. And then later, you know, it was, of course, it's about my mess, my messy crafts, you know, and how much I have, and they're all over the house. And it just made me mad. It made me mad. And I wanted to yell at him, and I wanted to say mean things to him, but I didn't. I was just like, fine, I'll show you. I'll go take care of some of it right now. Right? And then later I could come back and say to him, listen, honey, if you want to talk about how much stuff I have, my craft stuff, I don't have an entire outbuilding full of my stuff like you do. You have an entire outbuilding, you know? All your tools, all your stuff, all your toys you play with, you have an entire garage for, you know? And
now imagine if you didn't have that garage, where would they all be?
Exactly. Yeah.
All over the place.
Exactly. You know, and he had to kind of agree to that. And he said, well, true, but you're like all over the house now. And I'm like, okay, I'll try to get it, you know, but we could talk about it then, you know. We let it go for a minute. And I didn't say anything like really nasty, like I wanted to, but I didn't, you know.
Inside your head you might have, but you made the decision not to make come out and be like, nope, let me walk away.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to do that sometimes, you know. And you learn in a relationship how to handle situations, how to not make them worse, how to let things go. Like if Dale gets really mad and pissed off, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I leave. You know, I know I can't talk to you right now.
Yep.
So I just walk away. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, at the very beginning, I used to like chase after him, like still fussing and screaming and hollering. And he's like, finally, he was just like, you need to leave me alone. And I'm like, you know, I was crazy, like just like, no, you know, crying and everything. Now I'm like, nope. And when he's like, I got to go for a drive, go for a drive. Yep. You need to go for a drive. You need to go for a drive right now.
Yep. Yep. That's true. Some things are definitely better left unsaid. You just have to like, or you have to really think about it, because it may be something important that needs to be said, but you have to really think about it and how you're going to say it, maybe at a later date, you know?
Yep.
You don't want to let it go if it's really important. You just have to figure out how to say it. Hi, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy. Just how to do it and not like let it blow up. Just be like, all right, hold on. You know, and that time away gives you time to kind of go, okay, first off, am I overreacting on this? Or if not, okay, how can I approach it calmly, logically, so that we can have a conversation and not a yelling match?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Hi, Melly. How are you?
Melly!
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, me too, Wendy. I get really upset. I'll just cry. That's how that turns out. Yeah. You didn't read the book? Yeah, it's really good, Melly. I mean, it's got a lot of issues in it. There's a lot of stuff.
It is, but like this last section was it was hard for me to read because I've been in the situation. So it was like, whoo, huh? I'm like, you know, I'm like, yep, see, nope.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I haven't really been in that type of situation. I mean, I had the weird stalker dude that didn't want to let me go, but yeah.
No. But I've been in that, well, not, I mean, in the boat, not where I've been married to the person, but I've been in the boat of being in, the relationship, and you make the excuses, you whatever. And the sad thing is that I was rooting for Ryle, and now I'm kicking
I know,
behind.
right? Stacy, we have a little plan. What did you rate it out of 5? I don't know. It's not done yet, so I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like right now, I'm very much intrigued to see how is this going to go.
Yeah.
Because the last thing we see is that Atlas picks her up and takes her to the hospital.
Yeah. Yep.
But she still doesn't want to go to the hospital where Ryle works.
No.
She doesn't want to run into anybody that knows him.
Right.
She's still worried about his career.
Yeah. Trying to protect him still. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm just curious.
Stacey, go. Next month we're doing Nicholas Sparks, because the new Nicholas Sparks book comes out. It might be out. I don't know if it's out yet. Coming out soon if it's not out already. So there's a new Nicholas Sparks book. And then after that, we're going to do a Twisted Fairy Tale. And then after that, we're doing Nora Roberts, because we're finishing up the series we were working on.
Yep.
Wow. That's our agenda for the next several books, anyhow. Kind of got a little list going here. Just thought I'd let you know. I mean, I know you're recommending a book, but for what we're doing, that's kind of where we're going from here. Yeah, the Twisted Fairy Tale. I have 2 of them. Which ones do I have? I always forget what they are. Hang on, I'll tell you which ones.
I think you've got the Aladdin one, I think.
Let's see. What once was mine. What once was mine, and oldest time.
Oldest time, Beauty and the Beast.
And what once was mine.
I think that one's Aladdin.
I don't know. Let me see. I don't know which one we're gonna do even. So,
Mary, did you see it? She listens to the end of the book.
What is that one? I don't even have my phone on me. Where is my stinking phone? I was gonna just look it up. Hang on.
Oh no, you're fine, Stacy. You didn't derail. Trust me. We just tried to. We like books suggestions,
Yeah.
But just know there's certain categories that she doesn't read. There's certain categories I don't read.
This is true.
And so she will not read a mystery that has if it's got a dead body.
Did I ever send you the one that I found? No, I changed my mind on it.
No, you didn't.
I thought I found one that I would like. No, what once is mine is Rapunzel.
Oh, okay. Rapunzel.
That's Rapunzel. You listen to the end of the book, Mary. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wait. Anyhow.
She's like, I want to know how it ends.
Yeah. So we'll pick a Twisted Fairy. We're doing these like they're Disney ones. They look like this. That's the What Once Was Mine.
Yeah, that's the Rapunzel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Rapunzel. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, I don't even know how many there are, but there's a bunch.
I think they've got one for just about almost most of the story.
There's 13. There's 13. A Whole New World is Aladdin.
Yeah, there it is. That's A Whole New World.
Once Upon a Dream.
That one's got to be Sleeping Beauty.
Once Upon a Dream.
It's either Sleeping Beauty or Snow White.
Yep, that's Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
As Old as Time. We know
Beauty
that.
and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. Reflection.
Mulan. It's got to be Mulan.
What if Mulan had to travel to the underworld?
Oh.
Part of Your World. We know what that one is.
That's Ariel. Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Mirror, Mirror.
That's got to be Snow White. That one's Snow White.
Conceal, Don't Feel.
Conceal, Don't Feel.
Let It Go. Let It Go.
Oh! Frozen.
Yeah, that one was interesting. Straight On Till Morning.
That's Neverland. That's Peter Pan.
Yeah. So This Is Love.
Oh, I should have done this.
So This Is Love.
Cinderella. Cinderella.
Yeah, Cinderella. The Unbirthday.
Alice in Wonderland.
Go the Distance.
Hercules.
Is that Hercules? What if Meg had to become a Greek god?
Megaris.
What Once Was Mine is Rapunzel. Almost There. She's like,
That one's got me stumped. Almost There.
What if Tiana
Okay, that's why it's got me stumped. I haven't really
made a deal
done
that
a
changed
lot.
everything?
Princess and the Frog.
So those are the books.
Princess and the Frog, yeah.
Those are all of them.
I'm pretty good with most of my Disney.
Yeah. They sound pretty good. So we'll pick one of those. I don't know which one, but Conceal, Don't Feel as Frozen.
I know, we just tasted. I am a huge, like, I have the there's a series that I think I've told you about it before that was actually put out by Disney. They allowed this author to come and learn like a lot of the backstage secrets, behind the scenes Disney stuff, and he created an entire series, and it is just like you have very specific things about the rides and stuff like that go into this whole story. And I think I've read all 5 of them, and like you have this whole, like, you know, there's this whole magic pen of Disney's, and just like this, it's just, oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
and you got Maleficent in the background.
I just left the Braswell. I just left the fairy tale ones. I think that's her last name was Braswell. But I almost sent you a mystery that I might read, but then I read more of it and I was like, nah.
He's like, nope, not going to read that one.
I don't like that one. No. I thought it was going to be more like a horse thief type thing, but then it got weird and I don't know. But
he's like, no.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I might be able to find one. Let's see. Here's On
Well,
Farm.
I'm definitely going to read. I'm going to read all of those at some point. So
all of what?
You know,
the tales,
the twisted fairy tales. Yeah. I love twisted fairy tales. I love twisted Greek myths. I love, yeah. It's. I already read the. There's one called Cinderella, and it's like a combination of Cinderella, but like as like a robot or cyborgish type thing.
Say what?
And yeah, it's good though. It's really good.
Okay.
Oh, Margaret, I think we're finishing the book for next week.
Yep. Finish it off.
Finishing it off.
Yep. Well, I can't
and
find
I'm just
the
wanting
one.
to find out if Nicholas Sparks is out by next week and what the name of it is.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll tell you if it's out.
Yes.
Nicholas Nicholas.
Oh, I like James Patterson. I do. I've read quite a bit of his.
It's called Dreamland. Oh, we might have a little issue. Little issue.
What's the little issue?
It doesn't come out till September 20th.
Okay, well that's
That's a week. Yeah. That's a week. Well, we could do this. We could flip-flop them. We could do the Twisted Tale next.
And then do Nicholas Sparks?
And then do Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, we could.
What do you think?
I'm all for that. Yeah, I'll do it. Yes. Twisted Fairy Tale, get me going.
All right. Well, maybe we can do that. I mean, Nicholas Sparks isn't going anywhere, but he's not going to be ready when we need him. He's not going to be ready.
Exactly. We can get the Twisted Fairy Tale now. So you just got
to Fairy Tale and then do Nicholas Sparks. We'll flip them around. How's that?
There you go.
So which Twisted Fairy Tale are we doing? I have two here, but
I'm up for any of them. I've been really kind of dying to do either the Little Mermaid one or the Sleeping Beauty one, but I'll go for
Margaret says Rapunzel. Rapunzel sounds interesting. Okay,
yeah.
Let me at least tell you what I mean. You know, they're fairy tales that are twisted, but you know. The Rapunzel one sounds very interesting. I'll tell you why I say that. I just got to find it again. Hang on. Where are they? Liz is her first name. Liz Braswell. Braswe. Okay, now I want the rest. Here they are. Here's the rest of them. You might also like. Oh, come on. Work with me. It's not working with me very good here. What was the name of that one? I don't even remember. I have to go look at the shelf again.
No, hold on. It was.
Oh, I got it. I think I got it.
It should be called Mama Knows Best, but you know, that's not. That's what she says.
Mama what once was mine.
What once was mine.
No, what once was mine. Yeah, Sherry, Mysteries and I, we don't get along well. Mysteries and I.
It's a yarn shop mystery.
Is someone murdered? Sherry, does somebody get murdered?
If someone gets murdered, if they get a yarn noose or something, they're done. Or
someone gets stabbed with the knitting needles. No,
he's done.
Just yep, I'm out. Peace out. Done. No, I just. Okay, where'd my synopsis go? Where's my synopsis? Desperate to save the life of their queen and her unborn child, the good citizens of the kingdom comb the land for the all-healing sundrop flower to cure her. But someone mistakenly picks the blossom of the moondrop instead. This shimmering flower heals the queen, and she delivers a healthy baby girl with hair as silver and gray as the moon. But with her mysterious hair comes dangerous magical powers, the power to hurt, not heal. For the safety of the kingdom, Rapunzel is locked away in a tower and put under the care of the magical good wife, Mother Gothel. For 18 years, Rapunzel stays imprisoned in her tower, knowing she must protect everyone from her magical hair. When she finally decides to leave the only home she's ever known to see the floating lights that appear on her birthday, she gets caught up in an unexpected adventure with two thieves, a would-be outlaw named Gina, and Flynn Rider, a rogue on the run. Before she can reach her happy ending, Rapunzel learns that there is far more to her story and her magical hair and her future than she ever knew.
Ooh.
That's what it is.
Yeah, so it's already started off opposite than what.
Right? Yep.
I mean, because you have the sunflower that saved, you know, the queen and Rapunzel and her magical hair healed, not hurt, you know, so that's already different. So
Yeah. It's twisted. Twisted.
the Nora Roberts series, it's the dragon. It's not, is it called Dragonborn? No, it's like the Dragonborn Legacies, I think is.
Something like that.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay. Plagued by quilt. That's corny, right? Plagued by quilt. The yarn shop owner is at a historic farm in Tennessee volunteering for the high school program Hands on History. But when a long buried murder is uncovered on the property, Kath needs help from Geneva, the ghost, to solve a crime. Okay, so there's 2 strikes. Murder.
Like, no, here we go. Strike 1, strike 2.
Yep. We're done.
And
That's
I'm like, oh, interesting.
yeah, and I'm like,
I'm going to have to go look up Miss Molly McRae, the yarn shop.
murder and ghosts. No, thank you. No.
I'm reading luckily for me, I think it's a 17-book series, and it's one of the ones I got for free, but luckily the whole series is free on Amazon for you to borrow. And it's the cat or the kitten mysteries. And it's a witchy familiar, and you know, yes, there's murder in all of them, but that's okay. I love them.
Yeah, no murder. Now, if it's like, I'll do mysteries that are like disappearance or, you know, something like that. Those are mysteries. You have to figure out what disappeared or what happened here or whatever, you know.
Or even a dark secret that maybe someone's carrying. Right?
Yeah.
Like a dark family secret that you find out, but just not if it's got murder in it. Mindy's out.
I don't want to read any murders. No murders. Just not my thing.
Mine because even though there is murder and even though they're solving the murder, it's like there's so much adventure that happens as she's investigating, but she does put herself in a lot of.
Like, how can thousands of horses go missing? Is it possible that the largest horse rescue charity in the world is responsible for killing the horses? See? So Lane and his friends set out to solve the mystery surrounding the rescue horses in Australia, and then they become involved in a complicated web of crime where nothing is what it seems. I can do this kind of mystery. Keep that in mind, Brandy. I can do this kind of mystery. A young horseworm. Okay, now there's a murder. Never mind. A young horsewoman is murdered after asking question about the dead horses. Now they find themselves involved in an international mystery involving a corporate lover horse charity. Well, you know, we were onto it for a second. It wasn't bad for a minute. I don't know.
But they're not researching her murder. She just happened to have asked questions and she got murdered. So chances are those people are going to come after them for them asking questions.
True.
See, mine are more like mystery detective where, you know, someone's murdered and it's always my main character who tends to find them. And she's not even an investigator, but
okay, listen, how about this? Listen. Outback Horseman Lane is one of the most powerful social media personalities on the planet. Although unable to speak since the tragedy that took place on his 8th birthday, his words reach out across the world, changing lives. When he learns that more than 1,000 stallions have been bred by the U.S. pharmaceutical company Pilatos, he is determined to free them. The heir to Pilatos, Karen, will do everything in her power to stop him. Pilatos has gambled its future on the revolutionary drug Stablix, and the genetically unique stallions are needed to produce it. And there are no limits to what Pilatos will do to ensure Lane does not interfere. It is only when Karen learns the shocking truth of what lies at the heart of the laboratories that there's any chance of change. But is it too late for Lane? Sometimes you only learn how much you love someone once you lose them. So it's a mystery about the horses and the laboratory. And then these two, guy, girl, right? There's going to be a love interest here as well. This is the kind of mystery Mindy will read, okay?
So then maybe we will slot that for after Nora Roberts.
Just keep that in mind. The name of this one is called Muted. The guy's mute. He's been mute since he was 8. And now, how he's so popular, he doesn't talk. He must do it just all through his social media.
Yep.
And he's trying to bust this corporation, free these horses. There's a chick there. She's trying to keep everything. They're going to fall in love. They're going to have, conflict. See? No murder. No murder. At least not yet. No murder yet. That's a 3-book series, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then there's one called Rescued, where they're saving lost horses. And then something about hunters, horses, and the Crystalline Palace. I don't know what that is. But that's the kind of stuff I like to read. If I'm going to read something that is a little more intrigue to it, And if there's a romance in there, I'm good. If there's love, I'm good with that too,
So there's always romance in mine. It's just that
I don't like the whole somebody got killed. We have to figure out who killed them. And, everybody looks suspicious. I don't like them.
So we do the Twisted Fairy Tale, then we do the Nicholas Sparks.
Yep.
Then we do Nora Roberts.
Yep.
Then we do.
Heck, we're into next year probably, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right. Twisted Fairy Tale, Nicholas, Nora. And we hope, she's in November. She doesn't come out till November. So we still got September, October. Hopefully the timing works out for her book.
Yeah. If not, then we'll read that mystery and then go back to her.
There you go. We'll switch them around again.
That's right.
Roberts.
We know what our assignment is for next week. Finish the book.
Yes. Before we go, I'll let you know when Nora Roberts comes out.
And hopefully she will stop being dumb.
They're called the Dragon Heart Legacies. Book 3 is called The Choice. Oh, we might have to switch those around. This one comes out late in November too.
Oh, yeah.
November 22nd. So we're probably going to have to do a little switchy thing.
Yeah, we probably will.
What are we doing reading all these books that aren't even out yet? What are we doing? Huh?
Because they're new and we've fallen in love with them and we just.
Yeah, I'm on Goodreads. I'm on Goodreads, Wendy.
I need to get on Goodreads.
I don't usually look up books on Goodreads much, but I log my books on Goodreads and stuff. I don't do reviews either, but I don't know. Anyhow, I just started doing that like this year. Fairly new.
I need to get on there. I haven't gotten on there. I just know, my Kindles, it's like read, because like anytime a new book comes out of one of the series that I've been reading, if they write more for it, it'll be like,
I'll tell you there's another one.
Continue this series. Or if you like these, based off your reading, you'll like these.
Yep. I know. There's so many I've read like the first book of and haven't gotten any further. I'm like, I'd like to go. I don't have enough time. With everything.
That's what's funny with this book that I'm reading, this series that I'm reading, is because the free book that they had, in that little mystery thing I sent you, it was actually book 2. And I'd already gotten into it before I realized, wait a second. It wasn't until I was getting to the next book that I was like, wait, book 3. I just read book 2. So now, even though I know what's happened, I'm reading book 1 right now, just so that I can for sure get that background to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then, because I need that little meet cute of how the two people met. And then I'll get back to when they're fixing to get married. So
you got to figure out how they hooked up to begin with.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see how their little meet cute went, and how did it all start out? How
That's
did
one of
this
the
other
weirdest.
thing
That's one of the weirdest terms ever. A meet
meet
cute.
cute?
What?
I know. I don't even know where it came from. Just and it's not called cute meet cute.
No. Why? Why is it called that? Why?
I don't know.
I don't get it. Anyhow. All right.
Maybe that's how they're meeting cute.
I know. It makes no sense. Anyhow.
All
Okay,
right.
let you guys go. And I'll see you next week, and we'll see what happens to Miss Thing here and how
Well,
she
hopefully
gets
Miss
out of
Thing has.
her troubles.
I hope so.
Alrighty. Okay. See you then. Bye, you guys.
Bye.